And speaking of spring, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner as well. For lots of folks, let's be honest, it's a day to drink green beer.
It is perfectly acceptable that day. There's more to it than that, though. WDBJ7's Susan Bohoric is at the Hotel Roanoke this morning with some traditional Irish food. Top of the morning to you, Susan.
Good morning, everyone. St. Patty's Day is upon us. I'm wearing green, and we are here with Billy Riper, executive chef here at the Hotel Roanoke. You guys are getting ready for St. Patrick's Day with some traditional fare.
Yes, we are, and today we're going to be making a beef and Guinness pie, and we're really looking forward to that. So let me go ahead and start off with it. What I've done is I've taken some beef cubes, some stew beef, a little bit of flour on it, and I've dropped it into the skillet. I've browned it off. I'm going to add some onions to that. I'm going to add some garlic. And then I'm going to go with a little bit of tomato, a little bit of tomato puree, actually. Okay. I'm going to stir that up. And you're going to let this cook in the skillet probably for another 3 to 5 minutes on medium-high heat. All right, we won't go too terribly long with this here because we want to continue on with it. But really what you want to try to do is take that tomato and let it get a little caramelizing, let the onions start to turn a little brown. So once we get that cooking, we're going to go into a little casserole dish. While the skillet's still hot, we're going to take our Guinness, okay, and with the Guinness we're going to put this right in here, and we want that to cook down.
Do we want a flat Guinness or?
And to caramelize. Okay. Well, you can let this sit out to get flat, pour it into a pitcher, and let it sit for a few hours and flatten out some. You can put it in the refrigerator overnight. But we're going to let that cook. We're going to probably use, I would say for this recipe we're using about a half a bottle. Okay. All right, we'll let that cook down again by half. That'll caramelize nicely. That's going to be our broth for this stew. Once that's cooked down some, we're going to go right into the casserole dish again.
That'll give it a really nice flavor, it looks like.
Right, yeah. I mean, that stew, and people, even if you're not a beer person or you don't feel like this is you don't drink Guinness on a regular basis, it really cooks into the meat and it gives it a great flavor. It's not like when you eat it, you're not going to be getting it and feeling like, wow, you're drinking a bottle of beer. It doesn't. The flavor completely transfers. You get the great dark flavor from the Guinness, but it's not beery at all, if beery is a word.
I like it. I like it. What's that, a little bit of rosemary?
And what I'm doing here is I'm putting a little bit of thyme.
Okay. I was way off, folks, way off.
So we're going to take this and we're going to go into the oven for about 2.5 to 3 hours on 300 degrees, very low heat. Let that cook. For your last half hour, you can take a piece of puff pastry, which is very easily purchased at your local grocery store. A piece of puff pastry over the top, a little bit of egg wash, cook it until it's golden brown, and you're ready to go. And we have a finished, smaller, miniature one here with the puff pastry over the top. And we'll be serving this on St. Patrick's Day for our brunch.
And that brunch will be taking place on the 17th from 11 o'clock to, rather 11:30 I should say, to about 3 o'clock. And don't let the festivities downtown keep you from having that traditional Irish fare. Stay with us. WDBJ7 Morning will be right back.